Hi, my beautiful friends. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscriptions. You guys are amazing. So I just wanted to give you a quick update as we enter Leo season. You will definitely be getting both general, right, career, spiritual readings, as well as love readings this month, I promise, okay? Last month was the only month I was going to take off from that. Also, soul medicine, which I introduced last month, is now live on my site, and you can book it right through there, so you don't even have to email me. That service includes the soul spread, as well as 5 channeled custom affirmations, as well as a candle designed to send all energy that is not yours back to its original place. I believe I also added to my site that you can just purchase 5 channeled affirmations like a la carte, like if you just wanted affirmations. I'm pretty sure I put that in there. If I didn't, email me. That's on my list of things to add to the site. Also, as a sidebar, so as you probably noticed, all my comments are approval only. That's so that I can read them all and screen people that are like, not being kind. With that being said, you guys are free people and obviously you're allowed to cross-watch all you want. However, do you really think it's kind for you to be leaving slanderous comments on someone that you're cross-watching? So when people of that actual sign go to watch the video for themselves, have to look at your comments, honestly, it's been Capricorn, calling Capricorn this kind of bitches and hoes and whatever. Don't do that because I'm never going to approve your comment. So you're just wasting your time, okay? And it's not because there aren't people that are, irritating or whatever. It's just that the video that is for the people of their sign, that's their safe space. That's their space to go and look at things. So please save your slanderous comments. Share the link to your homegirl or your dude that knows the drama and drop the comment there. I just don't need the shade. Also, some people have been asking why I don't show my face, or they want to see my face, or my nails are too focused in the videos, and I have news for you. I'm always going to paint my nails. I've always gotten my nails done for years and years, and it's something I love to do. So if you really find it that distracting, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do anything to appease you. Also, I do not show my face because the readings are about the cards. Even my private clients know I do not show my face in their readings. My face is for these kind of discussions. And as the year goes on, probably closer to January, I will be doing more videos where I show my face, but I will not be using cards in those videos. When I channel information through cards, I don't like to have my eyes on camera. That's just my preference, and that's how it's going to be. Let's see. Anything else? I love you guys. Oh, anyone that has been a private client. I mean, I could email you directly, but I'm just going to put it here. Anyone that's been a private client, please, if you so wish, send me a testimonial on, a review of your reading. I know a lot of you do send me feedback, but I don't think it's appropriate for me to use your private email as a testimonial without your permission. So if you were a private client of mine and you would like to send me a testimonial for me to put on my website, please do. Okay, I would love to hear from you, and other people would as well, about your experiences with me. Intuitive counseling via Skype will be coming back soon. I have to move in September, October, so I just need time to settle myself before I get that back rolling, but that will be back rolling. The medicine box I talked about in another video will get jumped up probably before Christmas. And there will be a reading package where you get a soul reading and intuitive counseling as well. So there's a lot of new services coming, and I'm really excited to be here with you guys. If you're interested in being in contact with me more often than the twice monthly videos, Twitter is the best place to see like what information I'm channeling and just more of my personality and who I am. Twitter's the best place for that. Instagram would be next, and then Facebook would probably be like last on that list. I have Facebook strictly because I know a lot of people are on it, not necessarily because I use it. All right, let's get into Leo season. Bye. Scorpio, so this card tried to fall out when I had first, I took 2 shuffles into the deck. I hadn't even said that I was channeling Scorpio energy, not that Spirit doesn't know, because it's on my mind anyways. But this time, the 8 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and the first time this fell out, the Ace of Cups was on the bottom of the deck. And when I went to go ask Spirit to deliver me messages for your spiritual path and career, I almost said love. So even though the Eight of Pentacles talks about working and becoming a master and really focusing a lot of energy, right? A lot of diligence. We also have 2 8s here, which add up to, which is, if you turn it on its side, right? 8 is the infinity, right? Infinite. And maybe what you're working on right now, Scorpio, is, I want to say ripple. Have a ripple effect infinitely into your future, whatever it is that you're working on right now. And I'm feeling really jazzed about me saying that. When I say jazzed, I mean like the energy I just got feels so good. It feels so good. So, and with the 8, and then if you add 2 8s together, that equals 16, which equals a 7. And 7's a very spiritual number. All of my 2014, the number 7 followed me, and that was before I even really knew anything about numerology or paying attention to numbers as signs from, Spirit. And 7 is the quest, in my opinion. 7 is when you're going through those phases and stages in life that bring you to a new level of consciousness. And that really is indicated here with the 8 of Pentacles. Like, you recognize, Scorpio, that now's the time to do the work. One, because that's how you, get the message. That's how you get ahead. This is you spending a lot of time crafting the things that you're passionate about. And if you look at the cards this direction, oh, wow. So, okay. Right? He's hammering away at his pentacles, right? At the things that he admires, the things that he knows are worth the effort. And they get hung up on wood, right? And it's as if the wood manifests into these arrows. So it's like, as you spend focused time and energy on yourself, on the things that you love, on work, on the projects that you've been wanting, on your relationships. I think these are going to be many things that you're working on, Scorpio. Not in a scattered way. It's not like a 7 of Cups energy of like, oh, you have all of these ideas and you're dabbling in all of them. No. I think you're just ready to master your life, right? And as you hang those accomplishments on the wall, okay? I'm paying attention to this. I'm working on this. I'm working on this. Like, this almost feels like sticky notes to me. You know what I mean? Like you telling yourself like all the things you're going to accomplish. Like a very diligent, heart-centered energy. And I'm getting a lot of energy in my heart chakra right now. And it's kind of antsy, So it's like as you work on these things, even if you're not mastering them this month, they're turning into like bolts of lightning to the universe. It's like, pew! Like once you put effort towards it, it sends more. And it's like it's showing the universe like, okay, they're serious about this, they're serious about that, they're serious about this. So I look at this as through your diligence, right? Through the things that nourish you, Ace of Cups, the things that bring you deep joy and resonance, as you work on those, I think to create new love in your life, not necessarily romantic, or maybe you're repairing the love in your life by repairing the love that you have for yourself and giving love to the things that you love, which can be people, relationships, scenarios. But all the work you're doing this month is sending out the message that you're ready to have it all, that you're secure, that your family's secure, that you have a team. I really feel like for a lot of you, this is more like as you really dig in and do the work on yourself and the things that are around you that you've been putting off, you will send the message to the universe that you are capable of this, of having this squad, of having this family life, of having this abundance of money and security. And this, the 10 of Pentacles is a physical security, but it's also the feeling that comes with the level of of monetary and physical security. Like, don't we all feel lighter, because we live in this 3D world where money is necessary? Don't we all feel lighter when we know that, like, how we pay our bills, or whether, and that they're done and we don't have to worry about it? Like, everyone wishes for that kind of stress to be gone, where the cost of living or the day-to-day grind, like you're not checking your bank balance type of situation. Also, though, I think it's more so because you're also working on relationships and the people that you care about this month and the things that you love. And therefore, that creates a very warm atmosphere. Yep. Because you're ready to have fun. You're ready to celebrate. Celebrate how hard you've been working. Celebrate your friends and the people in your life that support you. I really think that it's all going to start with you, Scorpio. And like I said, it might not, you know, that 10 of Pentacles might not manifest this month. But all the work you're doing is sending out rockets, like I said before, infinite ripples into the universe so that this is yours. Right? Fun, joy, celebration with the people who love you and the people who support you. Before I forget, Scorpio, so we already have 3 2s on the table, and these 2s fell together, and when I just like looked at them and I started laughing, and for some reason, the song that popped in my head was, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. And I think it was your own rain, Scorpio, and y'all know I'm a Scorpio moon, so that's shade to me as well. Okay, also, I'm sorry I'm getting so many songs for you guys. So these 2 cards here are the Spirit's advice for you. The 5 of Wands clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. And it fell. And I don't know why, but I got the song, you gotta fight for your right to party. Yeah, basically, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You gotta fight for your right to party. So, yeah. I really think that this month, Spirit is advising you to do, you know, not in a cruel way, but do whatever it takes to secure your happiness, to secure your healthy boundaries, to secure your money, to secure your future, to secure your happiness, to secure your creativity. Like, I really think this is saying, like, stand your ground, defend against, not because someone's coming for you, but just because now's the time for you to claim all that is yours. So you have to, sometimes when we've been passive for a while, we have to really stake our claim. And the harder you work, the harder you can play, right? All right, Scorpio. So this is really interesting. As you guys saw, I had a couple messages about songs. I didn't want to forget them by the time all the cards were down on the table. But listen, overall, you know, I think the last couple of months, and I can attest to this personally, Scorpio has spent a lot of time, you know, not that they haven't been doing anything, but they spent a lot of time in their head. They spent a lot of time in their inner world. They spent a lot of time kind of in their darkness, honestly. I'm feeling a lot of dark energy. Again, not in a negative way, but in like a, I'm just going to stay here and be in my thoughts and be in my head and not really discuss what it is that's going on and just try to reflect and get it all together. But there has been a lot of moves that have been made out of safety, for better or worse, you know, like sometimes we don't take chances because we're comfortable and we want to be safe. Or sometimes we don't share things with people because we think if we do, you know, they're gonna reject us or whatever, and that's safe. There's a lot of stagnancy that Scorpio has been a part of. And it's time, it's not that there's anything wrong with being, you know, in your, I don't even want to say feelings. This is not like an in your feelings thing. Like, because what Spirit is asking you to let go of is the High Priestess with the 4 of Pentacles, and the rune that we have here is safety. So with the High Priestess and the 4 of Pentacles, that's a very stagnant energy. Now, it's not stagnant in the way of like, there's nothing at all happening. It's just there's no physical movement. So it's kind of like, you know what? Out of safety, I'm just going to stay in my intuition. I'm just going to stay in the non-physical realm. Like, this is like spending a lot of time in meditation and in seclusion to feel safe. 4 of Pentacles, right? I want to physically be able to be in control of everything that's around me. And I don't really think that I want to let anybody into my world. because I'm just really good with what I have right here, and I don't really want to, if I go after more, I could mess up what I already have, and I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I'll just meditate on it, and then it's like you never actually make any changes. So it's like you've been playing it safe. The overall energy this month, the Hermit, okay, the card of Virgo. Scorpio, your card is here though as well. So I think overall it's like the High Priestess and the Hermit are pretty similar in the sense that they both, you know, do deep reflection in dark places, right? Again, we're talking about darkness. So the High Priestess sits between realms. The Hermit always stays in the physical, yet he can journey deep within his own psyche. And again, this is talking about seclusion, spending time alone. He goes forward into the darkness with only his faith. Whereas the High Priestess just knows she's magical and taps in. So it's like, but that can be a safety mechanism too, in the sense that I'm almost feeling like you've been using your intuition, Scorpio, your intuitive powers, your divinity. Not, again, this isn't in a bad way. It's just that you've been using it to look into other people's energies, or like keep other people at bay, or just, you know, use it in your day-to-day life that way, not on yourself, in the sense that it's like you're more focused on your external world and just keeping yourself in a safety net, keeping yourself secure, instead of like the Hermit delving deep into your own psyche, into your own programming, into your own feelings, into your own life and suppressed emotions, and shedding light on them so that then you can be free. Okay, I'm feeling very strongly about that. So you don't need to create a new set of skills this month, Scorpio. I know we talked about the Master, right? The Eight of Pentacles, working hard at mastery. If you were learning a new skill, you would see the Page of Pentacles, or you would see, you know, the Three of Pentacles. But that's not the case here. So it's like you need to use the financial and physical security you already have. Know that it's there. Have faith that it's not going to go anywhere if you don't pay attention to it. And use your infinite abilities that you, again, already have, that you use to perceive everything out in your world that's coming at you. And then just use it to guide your own life. Of the Hermit, okay? The door that's now open for you that was once closed. The Two of Cups and the Two of Swords. Technically, the Two of Swords is clarifying it. However, they like kind of fell out together. The rune that I have here as well is Home and Luck. So I think there's definitely a number of you that wants to build a home with somebody. Even if it's like a roommate type of situation. I think that you're focused on how you can create stability with other people. Again, before, I think you spent a lot of time in seclusion, Scorpio. I think you've been spending a lot of time alone, a lot of time doing your own thing, focus on your own thing. Even if you are living with other people, like it doesn't feel that way. And the energy is finally coming available to you for you to build secure relationships. And I mean that of all kinds. Secure relationships. But there's a need to make a decision here. Again, there's 2, 2, 2. And they all fall in like this diagonal right here, which is really interesting. And now the crescent moon is in both of these cards. But in the High Priestess, it's beneath her, meaning like she can see down into it, right? However, in the Two of Swords, the woman is blindfolded, which is the complete opposite of what happens in the Two of Cups. So do not let, first of all, indecision is a decision. Okay, we have to remember that. Indecision, not making a decision, is a decision. It means that you're too afraid to make the wrong decision, therefore Spirit is going to, like, metaphorically slap the shit out of you. And that comes from somebody that has been slapped a good amount of times. But with the rune Luck here, it's important to remember that any decision you make will be the right decision. Because you have spent enough time alone and looked deep within your psyche to know what is for you. And like I said all in the beginning about working on you and working on the things that matter to you and giving life the things that you love. Stop worrying about other people or trying to bring other people into your life, and just do the work on yourself. And that will bring you relationships that feel like home. Because remember, I think I said in the beginning, talking about your tribe, right? The Ten of Pentacles, talking about your squad. Because I think a lot of you are really just looking to build up a community of people that you can count on and that make you feel like at home. You know, this is a community type feeling. And you're wanting relationships, right? Any type of relationships, engagements that are very familiar feeling. Again, not because you're comfortable in them and they've been around for a long time, but they just resonate with who you really are. Okay? And that can be available to you, but you can't just wait for it to happen. You have to take action. And again, not through reaching out to others necessarily or whatever, but by prioritizing yourself, and instead of applying all that intuitive power on others and trying to figure out why others, like what other people are feeling and why they're not coming to you and blah, blah, blah. Instead of doing all that, turn all that big time psychic power on yourself, Scorpio. Okay? I know we're obsessive. I know we're controlling. And unless you're a Scorpio, like I love when I tell other people like, oh, I'm a Scorpio moon, so maybe I'm being like obsessive or maybe I'm being like whatever. And they'll be like, oh, no, you're fine. It's like, nah, I'm only telling you like a 15th of it. Like, I'm not telling you that like legit, like, you know, we get that hankering of like needing to know, like on a way deeper level than anyone else can understand. And it's like when we get that itch, like that we know someone's lying, like, and then they don't want to respond when you call them out for their lying. And then it's like that shit eats us up and people don't know. Because we're so mad that we were right and that they won't validate our right. Anyways, I'm going on a tangent right now. So, energy for you this month in your head, Scorpio, is the Death card. So I think first and foremost, you're thinking about yourself, right? Me, myself, and I comes first, right? You have you on the brain. Also, I think it's important to realize that I think that you're finally ready mentally to surrender. I think you understand now fully that until you change the way that you think about things in general on a day-to-day basis, like how they affect you and what you talk about and the things that other people do that you allow to consume you mentally, I think you realize all that stuff has to go. You know what's interesting is I was looking at this card more closely a couple minutes ago. And you see how small these trees in pond are in reference to the size of this skeleton and horse. And now what I find so profound, or even the priest, like look at the size difference in scale. Like that's a big horse. And what I find so interesting about that is I think that one, we all know the Death card isn't scary because he's marching on a white horse and white is always pure, right? It's a purification, right? So when spirit marches through with a purification, I mean, surrendering is really your only option. I mean, look at, like, he marched over that king, and this little girl is like, and these two girls are like, look at them. They're just like, I'm going to yield. You know what I mean? So when spirit's ready for us to die, ways of thinking for us, ways of thinking about life, ways of thinking about ourselves, ways of thinking about how to relate to another, ways of thinking about how do we get what we want out of life and out of other people, right? Because let's be serious. We think about that. How can I get what I want from this person? Right? We do think about it. So we all signs do, but I know Scorpio does. So my point is when that time comes for you to be transformed, this is not something that you can resist any longer. I think that you are welcoming it. I do think that you are welcoming it. But it's larger than life. This transformation is larger than life. In your heart space, you have the Six of Wands, which I think is beautiful. Because I really see this, again, you focusing on yourself mentally. And in your heart, you're ready to succeed. And again, there's a group of people around. So the Six of Wands always talks about getting recognition. And I think that you're finally also recognizing your needs, Scorpio, And as you pay attention to your own needs, again, and acknowledge your needs and say, you know what, this is what is for me. This is what is not for me. And then in your foundation, the Page of Swords, which means you are communicating and motivated in telling people all of these things. Because you have the rune fertility on the Page of Swords. So the fertility for me is always like ripe, right? The soil, it's like you have that ripe soil, or it's like when you have those perfect conditions to grow something. It's an ideal time. So what is the Page of Swords? The Page of Swords is someone that has something to say. And again, this goes back to what I was saying here with the Five of Wands way in the beginning of the reading, was like, this is kind of an energy a little bit this month, Scorpio. Again, not in an aggressive way, but you're kind of like, try me. Like, I'll tell you whatever it is you want to hear, because you're getting good with yourself. And I think you're finally ready, again, like I said before, to communicate everything that you learn about others. You're finally accepting it in yourself and learning about yourself, and then prepared to explain to other people, not even explain, but tell other people, declare to other people what it is that you deserve and what you are and aren't willing to settle for. Because again, this is a journey, I think, that primarily you're taking alone, not because there's no one in your life, but just what you're going through this month is personal. It's all about you, because you're realizing that's all you can control. So going back, as we segue into this advice, I think some people are going to kind of ask you like, yo, what's up with you? Or why are you acting different? Or, you might have new people trying to contact you, but it's not because you've changed or you're not yourself. It's just like any opportunity you have to assert your boundaries, that's what you need to do this month, Scorpio. And again, I don't think it needs to happen in an aggressive way. That's not how I'm feeling. But this month is all about you and declaring who you are and what you have. Again, Six of Wands, marching into the future in your heart space. You are ripe and ready to seize everything your heart desires. I get like a very like Braveheart type of vibe. It's like, I am king. I'm worried about me. I'm ready to change my life. I'll tell you whatever you need to know, because because I'm good with me, and I know that this victory, this also, is victorious in love, because I forgot to mention before that the rune that's on the Five of Wands as Spirit's advice for you is the love rune. And it's interesting because I said fight for your right to party earlier, but I also want to say this is fighting for what you love. And for some of you, not that you're like dating multiple people, but like there's a lot of things and people or scenarios that you love and therefore invest in. And I think it's coming to the time too where Spirit is saying, okay, you got a lot of people that are like fighting for your attention. And again, not necessarily like all romantic people. It could be, but like I think it's like one's family, 3 of them are career, 1 of them is your man or your girl, And then, because it's clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and Six of Pentacles talks about where is your energy getting spent? And also getting your finances in order and making sure that everything that you do is worth your time and your effort, right? Because if we're at a job that's like minimum wage, but we qualify for a job that's $3 above minimum wage, you know what I mean? Which one is more worth your time? Things like that. Or like, for example, if you're self-employed, or let's say you have a part-time job and you're self-employed, how are you spending your off time? Are you putting in enough hours at your job, or are you putting too many hours at your hourly job and not enough in there? But with the Five of Wands again, with love, I really think this is all things that you're passionate and you care about. You will be victorious because that's the energy here. And again, to seize these secure, loving relationships, remember, we have to, again, fight for what we love and invest in what we love and invest in the things that love us back. Because I know there's always someone that comments, or there's plenty of people that comment, let me not even stop. Not that it can't be love when the love is not reciprocated, but the love that I'm talking about here is reciprocated. Six of Pentacles also talks about reciprocity. It's something that needs to be returned. And you're asking yourself, like, are people fighting for your energy, but they don't have anything to offer? Or are there so many people and situations that take away your energy that you're then having to constantly replenish yourself or readjust yourself, okay? So pay attention to what you give your energy and love to, and make sure that first and foremost, anything that serves you, first and foremost, serves you. That is what gets your energy first, because until your cup is full, you can't have meaningful relationships. Because if your cup is never full, you're always going to meet other people that have half full cups that are seeking more, okay? The most likely outcome at the end of Leo season, at the end of August, is the Emperor with the rune Constraint and the Knight of Pentacles. Now, what I find this interesting mostly because it's like we start in a very stuck energy and we kind of end in a little bit of a stuck energy. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving, dragging their feet almost. I do like though that the 3 horses we have here are all marching forward. I really do like that. I think progress is there for you, is available for you, Scorpio, but I don't think that it's necessarily going to manifest externally quite yet. Okay. Also, with Constraint on the Emperor, you know, especially for those of you, again, with jobs, I was just talking about jobs, or if you're your own boss or what have you, make sure your views on what work is, on how much money is enough money, on what structure and stability means to you, like all of those things, like all the things, like what makes a home a home, what makes a family a family, what makes a business, like all of those kind of beliefs, right? Or the ways that you look at work, the ways that you look at money, right? There's a chance that you're selling yourself short due to some type of belief around those things, around bosses, around authority figures. There's some constraint there that is self-imposed. And therefore, it makes you move very slowly towards more money, towards advancement, towards progress, towards securing your own business full-time, towards securing additional financial wealth. For those of you that have been contemplating cutting down your hours so you can pursue your other desires, or those of you that have been contemplating quitting your job, you know, to pursue your full-time craft, I would say that the only person stopping you is you. I mean, for all of you, the only person stopping you is you. Because the Emperor is very rigid to begin with, and with Constraint on top of that, it's like, you know, this is a little bit of a dilly-dally type of energy to me. Like, making excuses for why things aren't further along than they are. And again, I think it's because you spent a lot of time in the last month or two, maybe more, just focused on what other people are doing and how they're affecting your life. And as you step into this new phase of career and of spirituality and of self-employment and creativity and things like that, I think it's really important that you assess your beliefs, again, around what it means. For some of you as women, it might be like, what does a husband mean to you? Like, what does a husband look like? Or for men, what do you know, those kind of things as well. What does a provider really mean? Because there's some type of restriction there, but I think it's just in the way that you view the role, right? Or what does it really mean to be my own boss? Oh my God, I'm falling short. Oh my God, what am I going to do? All right. So I just got to plan out every single step, and I'll just get more education, and I'll just be very, very cautious. Like, no, like that's not going to get you there any faster. Like, that's not the answer. The answer is like, go and get it. Like, this is these energies are this is more watery, but again, stuck. And this is more like stuck, but you're just using practical reasons to explain why. My original message before I even laid the spread, I think, is the most powerful. The Eight of Pentacles with the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. As you work on all the things that you love and that matter to you and that bring you joy, You will send rockets, like Abraham Hicks would say, rockets of desire. You launch rockets of desire out into the universe that brings back things just like that, right? Things fueled with joy and imbued with joy back into your reality. And that will fill your cup back up. That will bring you victory of heart. That will make you feel like your most great self. You don't need to fight and argue with people about how you spend your money, about what you're doing with your money, about how much energy they do or do not deserve. Just fight for what you love. And I don't mean fight with people you love to prove or have them decide if they really love you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay? Don't fight with your man, your husband, your wife, your girl. Don't fight with your friends. You know, if people are questioning you why you're spending time doing what you're doing, just tell them, like, I'm doing me. Ooh, I don't think I've ever seen this affirmation card, Scorpio. No, I have not. It is safe for me to speak up for myself. Yes! What did I say? Fertility on the Page of Wands. Speak your truth, okay? Declare that shit. Again, not in an aggressive, argumentative way. Just in like a, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm sorry that you don't like that. I stand on my own 2 feet and I accept and use my own power. And this goes back to what I was saying before. You were using kind of like your psychic powers just to test other people and see where other people are at. And that's not like, it's not like that's wrong, like, oh, immoral or something. I mean, other people are just mad that they don't have our power. But it's most positively used on ourselves. Y'all know that. I know that, and I don't even do it as much as I should. But I love you guys so much, and I hope this is extremely helpful. I will be back soon with your love reading for August. Peace.